Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This channel is all about Riverside County, and I want to give you the best information and knowledge from my experiences, not only living all over Riverside County, but selling real estate as well. In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 of the most important things that you need to know about Riverside County before you relocate or move here. This video is going to be especially important for people that might be coming across from another state or across country. If you do not know this area, this video is going to really help you understand where to live, why you need to choose certain areas, and we're just going to go over that in this video. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was employment and how important it is to figure out where you're going to work and then figure out where you're going to live. Traffic in Riverside County is no joke, and I'm telling you, your quality of life will diminish greatly, and you're going to hate it here if you don't coordinate your employment to where you're living. So for instance, if you are in Orange County and you can't spend $1 million on a condo and you're thinking of, hey, Riverside County might work, number one, you want to go as far north as possible, which is going to be either Corona, Norco, maybe Eastvale. This will cut off hours and hours of driving depending on, let's just say if you were thinking about Riverside, it's going to at least cut off 45 minutes every day of your drive. And number 2, I would highly recommend that you budget in for fast track. This again can get expensive, but instead of spending an hour and a half in your car every single day, you're going to cut off 30 to 40 minutes per commute, either there or back. Okay, so next I wanted to talk about your living situation, talk about the cities, specific cities, and just the layout of how Riverside County works. Number 1, every single city in Riverside County is going to have areas that you're not going to want to live. Besides Murrieta and Temecula, every city has its nicer areas, has areas that you're not going to feel unsafe at night. You can go for a walk, those type of things. But every single city, again, besides Murrieta and Temecula, are going to have areas of that city where I personally would not live. The crime rate is higher, the homelessness is going to be more, the drug use is going to be more. And it's crazy how in Riverside County, and this is true for a lot of cities throughout Southern California, you could have an area or a community that is beautiful, nice, everybody keeps their curb appeal up, great community, and then within a 4 to 5 minute drive of that community, you could be in an absolute hellhole. So be very careful of what part of each city you are going to pick to live. In my opinion, I think it would be better if you were going to purchase a home, get a smaller square footage in a nicer community than finding that 2,000 square foot home in a community that maybe is not going to be the best for you or your kids in regards to safety. Okay, so next thing I wanted to talk about was that directly correlates to where you're living in which part of each city is the school system. And let's just take Riverside, for example. There are areas in Riverside that you better do your research on because the school system, that location in Riverside is not going to have the best test scores. They're not going to have the best overall school ratings. So that is a huge factor for many people. And one of the questions that I get the most of, hey, I want to move here, or I want to move to Temecula, or I want to move to Riverside. How are the schools? So do your due diligence. And just because you might be in a nicer area of Riverside doesn't mean that the school district attached to that area is going to be very good. So you have to do a lot of research. It's very, very important, if that is important to you, to make sure that the school is going to advance your kids and they're going to have the best chance to succeed. And finally, let's just talk about the overall housing costs. Yes, home prices have gone through the roof in the last 3 to 4 years in Riverside County. But on top of that, you have to be very aware of what is called special assessments and Melrose tax in these areas. Typically, the newer the home, the higher the tax rate. So you could go from a 1.2% tax all the way up to a 2%, or sometimes even further or more than 2%, depending on the area. It's not always the best to get the nice new home in the new community, because you're going to have an extra $6,000 a year in taxes on that home. So just be very, very careful when you are searching for homes, and double check the tax rate. There are a lot of communities throughout Riverside County that have low tax rates that might be a little older, but they're beautiful communities, and I would live there. And personally, I would rather live in an older home in a nice community, established mature trees, great landscape, than get the new community that has a 2% tax rate. It's just going to eat away at your pocketbook each and every year. And there are buyers out there that, even though the community might be nice, they're going to shy away from the higher tax rate. Either they're not approved for that price because that's all factored in, or they just don't want to spend the extra $6,000 a year on that expensive tax rate. Number two, HOAs. Be aware, there are a lot of communities throughout Riverside County that have HOAs. Find out what you actually get for your HOA. One of the best communities, in my opinion, for HOAs in all of Riverside County is Temecula. They give you a lot for your $100 a month. They're not just cleaning and cutting the grass around the sign when you enter into the community. But that is very, very common throughout Southern California, having HOAs and not getting anything for them. So, look for the pool, look for the hot tub. If that is available and you want an HOA, just try and find one that is actually going to have amenities for you and your family. So there you have it, guys. 3 of the most important things that I would say you need to learn or research before moving to Riverside County. I've lived all over the place. If you have any further questions about So there you have it, guys. Riverside County, 3 of the most important things, in my opinion, that you need to figure out and understand before moving here. If you have any further questions, please reach out. I'm a licensed broker. My wife's a licensed appraiser. We can help you through the real estate process and really give you the best information possible so you make the proper decisions for you and your family. Thank you very much, and until next time.